Hi, I'm Lorraine. Welcome to the District Yoga. Today's practice is going to be a short one that's focused in and around the hips. So we'll go ahead and get started in a bound angle pose. So come on to your mat. Go ahead and just let the feet come to touch and then let the knees draw open. I'm going to go ahead and grab or clasp around my toes. And then just go ahead and draw the forehead up, or the crown of the head really, towards the sky. And then melt into your degree. It might not be super far. It might be further than mine. Wherever it is, just land where it feels best for you. And again, we're just going to start into this pose. This is a nice one that's not super intense, super abrasive right away, but gets into the hips right where we want to. So just find your variation of bound angle pose, melt in. I like to add a little bit of movement in this pose just because my side body likes to get a stretch too. So I like to move side to side in mine. That could be pressing one knee down and then switching to press the other. Although I'm not necessarily like forcing or jamming. If my knees are up here, I'm not forcing or jamming. I'm really just trying to feel this sensation through that inner groin area, the inner hips. You could also just be in stillness, and that could be enough. However you're feeling today, see if you can start to tune into the breath. See if you can start to tune into the area of the hips. Maybe noticing any sensations that are happening there as we start out this class. Maybe you're feeling a little bit sore in that area. Maybe you're a little tight. Just notice. And we're going to go ahead and stay here for about 8 long breaths. So massive inhales if you haven't already taken them through the nose. Full bottom belly exhales back out through the nose if you can, if that's in your practice today. Halfway there. See if you can relax through the head and the neck. Last 2. Last one, if you did go all the way down or partially down, press through the hands, lifting the upper body up. We're going to go ahead and close the knees like you're closing a book. Give yourself a little hug for, let's say, 3 breaths, maybe tucking that forehead onto the knees here. Take one more breath in. Massive breath out. When you're ready, come to a tabletop position. Find yourself wrist in line with the shoulders, knees in line with the hips. Let's just take a couple cat-cows. Inhale to drop the belly. Exhale to dome and round through the back. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, find your cat pose. One more round. Inhale. Exhale it out. From here, come back to a long neutral spine. We're going to send that right leg long and back. One inhale, find a little length. And then exhale, step the right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. We're activating now through that back left hip flexor right away into these hip flexors. Option to keep the hands low. That could be enough. Or you can bring the hands up to the knee. We're just going to hold this first round, about 5 rounds of breath. So we're just stretching. We're finding our place, our space today. Steady here. Maybe passively letting those hips drop a little bit lower. Last 2. Last one. If not already, bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to slowly, and I mean as slow as you need, shift the hips back, finding your way to a half front split. I'm going to go ahead and point my toes, lengthen through the spine. Hands are right underneath the shoulders for me, and I'm just going to breathe. Finding a little bit of length through that right hamstring, a little stretch. And we're going to pulse that through, let's say 5 times. So if you're with me, take your last couple moments here in this nice Ardha Hamunasana. And we're going to pulse that again. So 1 breath, 1 movement. Rebend through the knee, chest forward, inhale. Exhale, shift it back. Make any adjustments to the hands that you need. Inhale, forward. Exhale, shift it back. Rebend. This is 3. Exhale it back. Last 2. Finding your pace, your rhythm. Last 1. Shift it back. Exhale. Rebend that front knee. Plant the hands. Tuck the back toes. Just step back to a downward facing dog. Breathe here. Pedal the feet. Shake the head. Whatever feels good today. Maybe notice the differences from that right side to the left. Press the chest back. Go ahead and set the knees back down, tabletop position. When you're ready, left leg's going to draw long behind you. Find that length belly, a little engaged. And then step that left foot forward. Find your way to low lunge. Again, first one, find 5 rounds of breath. Strong and steady. Letting the hips passively drop down. Letting the breath steadily let you melt in. Beautiful. If you did lift the upper body up, go ahead and plant the hands back down. Take 1 more breath in. Stay there. When you're ready, go ahead and shift. And again, slow as you need. Shift back the hips and lengthen through that left front leg. I like to point my toes. You could flex your toes if that felt better. Otherwise, noticing that left leg, finding a nice stretch through that left calf, left hamstring. Breath steady. Breath fluid. Last couple moments. Again, we're going to flow this a couple times through, 5 times through. So if you're with me, go ahead and rebend the front knee. Drop the hips. Shift them back. Exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale it back. Lengthen that hamstring. Rebend. This is 3. Straighten and lengthen. Rebend it. 4. Yes, I can. Just getting into the hips, getting into the back of the legs. Last one. Rebend the knee. Come back to that low lunge. Hands plant. Tuck the back toes. Zip the back knee up. Just step back. Downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. And maybe notice any similarities from side to side. Let's go ahead and move on into our standing series, our bit of flow here. Right leg's going to lift up on an inhale. Beautiful. Step that foot through. Stay on the ball of the back toes. Once you're ready, crescent lunge. I want you to notice the hips here. In fact, bring the hands to the hips. Left hip drawing forward. Right hip drawing back as if they click in line. And then your nice bend through that front right knee. Settle in. Arms sweep back up towards the sky. Crescent lunge. Stay and breathe. Sink into that front right knee. Left leg is finding a stretch, especially through that left hip flexor. Beautiful. 1 more inhale, reach up. We're going to change the hips. Warrior 2, back foot's going to dial flat. Front heel comes in line with that back middle arch. And now, if you want to bring the hands back to the hips, that left hip drawing out, right hip also drawing out. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So hips now open towards the left side of your space. Strong and steady. Just paying attention, noticing as we move through shapes what our hips are doing. Last few breaths. So we're going to just straighten that front right leg. Right arm's going to lift up and back. So hips still towards the side of your space, but now that front leg is also extended and long. Last few moments. One more inhale, full reach. Rebend that front knee, cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank and lower down slow. Inhale to lift the heart. Exhale, come back to downward facing dog, however that means. Downward facing dog, breathe it here. Keep breathing. We're just going to switch sides for that. So once you're ready, left leg lifts up. Draw it through. Ball of the back toes, coming to crescent lunge. First time on this side. Stay and breathe. Arms reaching. Let's in fact bring the hands to the hips. Again, checking in. Right hip forward, left hip back. Whew. Clicking those into alignment. Settling into that front left knee. Arm sweep back up. Stay here. Breathe here. Crescent lunge. I check in. Different side. Maybe notice if there's any more tension on one side than the other. That might happen. That tends to happen actually. Breathe in. Breathe out. Strong and steady. Let's reach up one more time. Exhale, warrior two. Hips now open towards the right side of your space. Again, checking in. Maybe bringing the hands to the hips and just feeling how that feels in your body. It's not completely parallel, right? If I do that, my left knee wants to internally rotate, but I want to keep that left knee externally rotating, and also that right hip externally rotating as well, that back. So they're both finding a nice external rotation. Breathe. Warrior two. Settle. Here's the change. Go ahead and straighten that front left leg. Left arm up and back. Find a reverse triangle. Again, just changes the pose slightly with that straight leg. I likely don't feel as much intensity through that left hip. It's a little relief as I straighten it out. Last few moments, reaching up and overhead. Left arm, inhale. Rebend that front knee, cartwheel the hands down, step it back, find a vinyasa. Inhale. Down dog, exhale, yes. Let's just flow that through. One breath, one movement. Keeping it moving, just warming up the body a little here. On the inhale, right leg draws long. On the exhale, step it forward. Inhale for crescent. Exhale for warrior two. Straighten that front leg, reverse triangle. To your mat, find a vinyasa, you lower slow. Inhale, heart shines. Exhale, down dog. Left leg rises. Step through. Crescent as I rise. Warrior two as I breathe out. Straighten your front leg, reverse that triangle. To your mat, find a vinyasa, you go. Inhale. Down dog, breathe it out, yes. If you're with me, right leg lifts, step through. Inhale, crescent. Warrior two. Notice the shifts in the hips, reverse your triangle. To your mat, find your vinyasa, even as you cartwheel down. Inhale. Down dog, left side, lift it. Step it. Inhale, I rise it. Warrior two. Straighten that front leg, reverse triangle. To your mat, vinyasa, you lower slow. Inhale. Down dog. Stay here a couple breaths. Just noticing the heart rate, definitely a bit up. Body a little bit warmer. Last little thing for standing. If you're with me, go ahead and lift that right leg long. Step the foot through. We're going to stay low. Hands stay low. Left hand's going to stay to the mat. Right arm's going to swim up towards the sky. In fact, go ahead and drop that back knee first. Find this twist. Notice how this feels. Maybe notice if you feel this in the left hip. Notice if you also feel it in the right hip. Keep breathing. If not already, tuck the back toe, zip the back knee back up, active through the inner thighs. That inseam of the pants, squeeze towards each other. Take a huge breath in. Right hand back down to the mat, active through the legs. Let's come back to crescent lunge. Rise up, reach up. Warrior 2, open back out. Straighten that front leg, reverse your triangle, inhale. Go ahead and rebend that front knee, right elbow, right knee, left arm up and overhead. Find that stretch through the left side body. Keep breathing. Again, notice as you put that pressure with that elbow, maybe a little bit more stretch through that right inner hip. Last 3, for 2, and 1. Reverse your warrior, inhale. Cartwheel it down, just step back to plank. Stay here. Come back to downward facing dog, but lift the right leg up. Right leg, still on that right side. Bend through that right knee. And then if you want it, go ahead and flip it over for a dancer's bridge. Wild thing. For 3, 2, 1. Plant that right hand back down. Lift the right leg up. Inhale. Step that right foot forward. Come into a low lunge. Drop the back knee. In fact, if you want to come to lizard, bring the right foot to the outside edge of your mat. Maybe the right hand to that right knee. As you open that out, you can come to the knife edge of the right foot if that felt good. Making our way. Breathe it. Last 3, 2. If you took the right hand to the right knee, plant it down. Tuck the back toes. Just step back to downward facing dog. Down dog. Notice that. Maybe again, notice here any differences from side to side. Let's go ahead and get that last little bit on the left side. Left leg draws long. Step the foot through. Stay low. Hands stay low. Right hand stays. Left arm's going to swim up. Dragonfly twist. As you breathe in and out of that nose. Again, notice maybe how the left hip feels. How the right hip feels here. Inner thigh squeeze as you twist it out. Belly engages. Wringing out any toxins. Stay with it. Last couple moments. If you're with me, inhale that left arm up. Left hand down. Re-establish the footings. Engage to those inner thighs. Come back to crescent lunge. Rise and reach. Exhale for warrior 2. Open out. Straighten that front leg. Reverse that triangle. Beautiful. Here's that addition. We're going to rebend that front knee. Coming to extended side angle here. Top arm all the way forward. Find that extension from the right toes through the right fingers. Breathe. Notice that left inner hip maybe. Check in. Last couple moments. Beautiful. Find that last bit of reach. And then we're going to come back to that reverse warrior. Inhale. Cartwheel the hands down. Step back to plank pose. Take a couple moments. When you're ready, go ahead and lift the hips up. Come back to downward facing dog. Down dog. Left leg's going to draw up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Again, you decide. Flip it if you want it. For some of you, just opening that hip might feel nice. For 3, for 2. Last one, when you're ready, if you flipped it over, flip back, left leg up. Step that left foot through to the outside edge of your mat. Drop the back knee. Press that left hand into the left knee. Open that out. Settle in. Not here super, super long. Stay and breathe. Beautiful. One more inhale. Plant that left hand back down. Tuck the back toes. Just step back, downward facing dog. One last thing. Step the left foot forward. Turn the toes towards the side. Right toes towards the right corner of your mat. Left toes are going to come towards the edge of your mat. So we're coming into what's called Skandasana pose. For me, my heel tends to lift up off the mat. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you can, press that foot and heel down. Just might not be as open in the hips. Keep breathing. You could point or flex the toes. When you're ready, we're going to switch sides. So bend through that left knee, toes turn towards the corner of the mat. Right toes point towards that edge, top edge of your mat. Skandasana on the other side. Keep breathing. And we're going to flow that through a couple times. So just side to side. You can keep the hands low. I actually think that I'm going to keep my hands low today. So just side to side. Let's get 3 rounds. So use your breath as you want for coming over to the right, and then come back over to the left, come back to the right, and left. That's 2. Last round, last one. You could do that without the hands if that was you. Come back towards the right, pivot towards the top of your mat, drop the back knee. We're just going to send that right knee back, come to tabletop, scoot the legs off to the side, and our last hip opener is going to be straddle pose. So go ahead and find your way to the side of your mat. Let the feet open wide as feels right. And then lengthen through the crown of the head. To start, we're just going to crawl the hands out. And don't go to your furthest degree quite yet. We're just going to pulse. I'm on my fingertips here for 10, 9, a little more active variation of this shape. We'll get to the passive, I promise. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Melt in to your degree. This should feel good in the inner groin, inner hips. Lengthening there. One more time. Let's come onto the fingertips and get a little bit more of that active variation. Maybe your fingers are a bit further this time. Go ahead and just pulse. I put a bend through my elbows so that I can pulse up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just melt in. Find your degree. Maybe notice if the toes are starting to fold in. See if you can let them fold out towards the back of your mat, the back side of your mat, opposite of where you're facing. Last 5. Wherever you are, take your last breath in. Full breath out. Gently, and I mean gently, slowly as you need. Climb your way up, lifting the upper body. Bending at both knees. We're going to slowly inch our way in. Maybe bring the hands behind you. I like to just wiggle my feet so that it helps my legs come back towards center. And then from here, coming into a nice brief Shavasana, extending those legs out. Finding a comfortable place for the arms, and then just letting the feet fall naturally. Maybe noticing that opening in the hips that you created today. Maybe taking these last moments to just notice the sensations that are happening in the area of the hips. Feel that energy. Stay here if you need a little more time. Otherwise, thank you for showing up and sharing your energy with me. Namaste.